Okay, so this is a story time. I would like to tell a story that will blow your mind. Okay, a few years ago, I had a customer that needed help, and I went to the customer to help him at his office, and he told me he was doing legal services, and he was also Vietnamese living in the U.S. and he's in his late 70s, right? And we were having some conversation, and he gave me a lot of information that I was very surprised. He told me he was a prophet, right? And he wrote a lot of books. So he showed me a book, like volume, big, huge book, right? And he told me he was a prophet. I mean, the story is so crazy because that's one crazy thing that he said, right? He wrote a huge book, and he told me he had important information in that he's a prophet, and he was planning to write more books. He was a quite a character. So I was there because at that time I was providing IT services to help him with website and network issues, and uh, and he likes to talk. Like, he doesn't. I don't like when I go there and the customer just rumbling about their life story. I went there for a specific reason. All right. And he keeps talking to me, conversating. I don't mind. I've always had a lot of long conversation with my clients, and but he was kind of overwhelming, right? And was very strange. He was quite a uh, like very hard-headed person. He has very skewed way of looking at the world in a different way, right? And he keep insisting that he was a prophet. He keep insisting that he was a genius, a bright person, a very smart person, right? And I gave him pass. Then we then he showed me his website, right? So he wrote books. He has a lot of information. He's a prophet. You know, he has following. That's what he told me. But I look at his website, and it was a crappy, like old website with built with very old codes. You would think it is a website of uh, 90s porn. I use the term intentionally. And when I look at the website, it has some information. Then I went to the videos. Then I see pornography. Like, pornography. That's what I'm telling you. Like, you would go to a website like Pornhub, you would see pornography. It's pornography. And I said, what's going on here? Because this was supposed to be a personal business website, right? For whatever he was doing, and I was shocked to find out. I'm looking at the videos, pornographic videos, movies of clear videos of movies, film pornography, and I asked him, "What the hell is this?" And that was the first question I asked. Why you have pornography on your website? You know what he told me? You'll be surprised. Oh, I put pornography videos like it's not like one video. It's almost 5 to 7 videos on the website, on his website. And remember, this is a website that's supposed to be for his teachings, right? His religious teachings, his new age, right? And I asked him why you have a pornographic videos on website. You would be surprised his answer. He said, if I don't put pornography on my website, people wouldn't be interested in my message. So I put the pornography on my website so that people would be attracted to it. Then it would be interested in my message. Wow. Wow. That's that's a new way of putting marketing stuff. I'm very familiar, and I've been doing marketing on the internet for a long time, but I never seen this kind of a pivot, this kind of a strange way of attracting people into your product. Wow, I was completely, I know for a fact that that's not sellable. Okay, this is something beyond any marketing that is available out there, right? Unless you have a deranged people that are following you, you can't possibly put a website and expect people to be open to your message, unless those people are really, as some friend put it, deviants, right? But it completely undercuts his message, right? And I think his teaching is not the normal kind of religious teaching that you will find. Apparently, he doesn't mind about uh, he doesn't mind about talking about sex and putting on his website. But even then, I find it quite very interesting to put pornography on a website and expect people to be open to your message. This is a very strange way. I have never seen something like this in my life, right? And I told him, you are completely wrong, because I'm in the marketing, in the internet business, in the marketing business, in the content business. So I understand how people react and how people consume specific contents. If they want pornography, they just go straight to pornography. There are plenty of pornography websites that are readily available. Of course, he's operating in a very old mindset. Even his website was a shitty website in over the 90s. The website is actually akin to a 90s pornographic website. That's what I got out of it. And I made the point several times. I said, this is the wrong way to go. You need to completely, change how you're trying to convey your message. This is then the normal, from our standards today. If you have an important message and you want to go to Joe Rogan and other podcasts, this is not the way you can put out your message. Even though you wrote a lot of volumes, like big volumes of your teachings, he has a small office, and I made the point to him, but he told me, no, I'm wrong. He's very adamant, like he's a Vietnamese guy, right? Older guy, very, like he was very sure of his convictions. Even though this is my area of expertise when it comes to trying to communicating your message through the internet, okay? And I find it completely, I was completely shocked. That was one of the best experience that I had in my entire life. And I also asked him, the copyright. Did he get the copyright of those, films, pornographic films? Because they are not. He doesn't remember. He doesn't own those videos. He took it from somewhere else, from a website, from any website, and he put it in his. And he said no, he doesn't have the copyright of those videos. So he doesn't even understand that you cannot take somebody else's film and put it on your website. It's not just one film. It's not just a fair use, right? Like multiple movies, multiple films, pornographic films on your website. That's a case for litigation. He doesn't understand that, but he's very, adamant about his vision. And sometimes you have to consider reality. You cannot just have your own vision and think that it's right. You have to be flexible and to see how the real world works, right? So even the other point I wanted to make is right now people talk about the fact that humans were very advanced in the past. We were we were very advanced humans in terms of our bodies, in terms of what we can do, right? The abilities that we have. Then unfortunately we came into a war. We were forced into in a state of slavery, basically, right now. I understand that. I completely understand it. But the reality is people are awakening in a world that is going to imprison you, right? Yes, they say the time is made up. The days of weeks are made up. The days of the months are made up. That's completely is a fact. Okay, but the problem is, what are you going to do about it? So this is the trick that a lot of people have to understand it. Okay, just being awakened in itself is going to be a recipe for disaster. Of course, that's my perspective. Maybe people have a different one. Because you are still living in the same system. Unless you have the possibility, the option to go out of the system in a different way, right? Then you will be completely awakened and go into that furthermore. But you cannot expect to be awakened in the system. It just will imprison you further. You will be frustrated. Okay, you will be more frustrated, and because the system is designed to keep you in prison, to lock those potential that you have, right? So these are just my few perspective in terms of being awakened. Okay, so I don't know how we end up here. Okay, so these are experience that I have when I was providing services, IT services. Okay, give me a comment. What do you think about this story? And this is oh wow, the person is still lives there. It was I believe he's still at his place. That's that was a very strange story that I have ever encountered. So give me a comment if you have something similar. Maybe you can comment below.